a U.S. national championship. This year, it is the first stop on the road to the Atlanta Olympic Games. Since the last Olympics, 3 gymnasts have earned the title of U.S. champion. The youngest ever, Dominique Moceanu. The history maker, Dominique Dawes. And the most decorated of them all, Shannon Miller. Shannon came out of nowhere to become America's greatest. Then, she dominated the world for 2 years. Even though injuries and age caught up with her. Miller's focus never wavered. And in the first round of this championship, she is the leader. But a tendon problem continues to plague her. Can determination overcome the pain for Shannon Miller? Dominique Dawes. She swept the championships when she was only 17. Now, just 1 month before her second Olympics, her biggest challenge may be her focus. In stepped Dominique Moceanu. She made her victory last year appear effortless. After compulsories, she trails behind veteran Shannon Miller. Unlike her rival, she has yet to write her Olympic history. But first, there is the pressure of defending a national title. We're in Knoxville, Tennessee, along the shores of the Tennessee River. Tennessee celebrates its 200th birthday this year. It is known as the Volunteer State, of course, for the thousands of Tennesseans who went to fight the Mexican-American War. Today, we welcome you to the Thompson-Boling Arena, the site of the 1996 U.S. National Gymnastics Championships. Hi everybody, I'm John Tesh. With a little more than a month to go before the Atlanta Olympic Games, we find ourselves once again with a young lady who has already attained superstar status. She is on the cover of countless sports magazines, she has been on the cover of fashion magazines, and now this, her own autobiography at the tender age of 14, Dominique Moceanu, an American champion. So there is pressure that's been brought to bear by herself, by people like us, and by that road to Atlanta. I want to bring in one of our expert commentators, Elfie Schlegel. Elfie, let's talk about the state of Dominique.
Well, John, she became the darling when she won the national championships last year, the youngest ever. She then went on to become the highest-ranked American at the World Championships, adding more credibility to her gymnastics. So can she win here today? Absolutely, but the pressure is enormous. Dominique has to deal with not only defending her title, but making the U.S. Olympic team and living up to the star that she's become.
All right, Elfie, thank you. Let's go over to Tim Daggett for a moment. Tim, years ago it was thought that female gymnasts were too old at 19, but no more.
Well, that's exactly right, John. 4 years ago, everyone was asking the question, can the veterans, Dawes, Miller, and Struck, can they hold on? Well, just a few weeks out from the Olympic Games, at this point in time, they all have a very good shot. The person who's had the most criticism, the most naysayers along the road has been Shannon Miller. Well, she's come out strong, and she has got something to prove.
And the women are completing their warm-ups.
Nice high lift now, let's bring it up.
Shannon on the balance beam.
Then the landing, let's go.
And Steve Nuno always coaching.
You know, John, you get the feeling with the tension in the air that these are the Olympic trials. In fact, the national championships are just the first step to the Olympic trials and then ultimately to the Atlanta Olympics.
Shannon, the most decorated American gymnast in history. And there's the man, Bella Caroli, who has seemed so far, Tim Daggett, just to be frantic as he finishes up warm-ups with his protege, Dominique Moceanu.
Yes. Exactly right, John. It is almost frenzied out here on the floor. We usually don't see Bella huffing and puffing and running around like this. There's a lot on the line.
There she is, Dominique Moceanu, still in her warm-ups. You know, Bella's gymnasts have won 8 U.S. all-around crowns, so he definitely knows how to do it.
Good. Stay
But
with
this little one, he has
very strong. Right.
been very worried that maybe the media attention, as we said at the top of the show, was going to be too much.
Yeah, every request for any sort of media appearance goes right through Bella and Marta.
All right, let's go, Jake.
Now here's JC Phelps as she completes her warm-ups for her first routine, which will be on the uneven parallel bar.
Here's a coach who has to be feeling very good at this point in time about her athletes, JC Phelps and Amanda Borden. Both of them very focused for this competition, very ready.
Compared to the other athletes, though, she has very limited experience.
Good.
JC burst onto the scene at the 1994 World Championships and probably had the best rookie appearance of any athlete at a world competition, the first ever. She was phenomenal there.
And came very close to quitting back in 1993. Another former national champion, Dominique Dawes, will also perform on the uneven bars.
Yeah, get over that bar and get it.
She, of course, has her sights on her second Olympic Games. She is, however, 10th after the compulsory. She had some serious problems.
Terrible competition in the compulsories, and you know something, John, after this morning's practice, I have a lot of questions. In fact, I'm pretty worried about her performance here this evening. I have absolutely no idea what to expect.
Well, you know, Elfie, if you remember back to 1992 in the trials there, she did a little bit of the same thing.
All right, the standings after the compulsories, you see Shannon and Dominique 1-2, followed by JC Phelps and Carrie Strug down there in 5th place, Amanda Borden in 4th.